practice set 4.1 standard 8. First one given is triangle LMN. You can see dash is an altitude. Altitude is always perpendicular to the base. Okay, the second name of altitude is height. So which one is the altitude? Seg LX. Okay, and dash is a median, as it is given that y is the midpoint. Okay, so we'll write seg ly is a median. Okay, so second one they have given is we have to draw an acute angle triangle PQR. So we'll draw it. This is PQR, which is an acute angle triangle. Okay, we have to draw its three altitudes. Three altitude means 90 degree. Okay, so this is 90 degree. Okay, this is also 90 degree, and this is also 90 degree. Okay, I'll call this A, B and C. Okay, now the point at which all the three altitudes meet is called orthocenter. Okay, so the point of concurrence simply means where three lines meet of altitudes is called orthocenter. Okay, and they have told us denote the point of concurrence as O. So I am writing here O. O is the point of concurrence of these three altitudes. Okay, then sum number 3. Now before we start sum number 3, we have to understand first what is a median. Suppose I give you a triangle. This is a triangle PQR. Okay, so we have to find the midpoint of this side. Suppose I found the midpoint of this side, let us say M. Okay, there is a way of finding the midpoint that I'll be showing you afterwards. But what is a median that I'm showing you? The median is a line that joins the vertex and the midpoint of opposite side. Clear? What is a median? Median is a line which joins the vertex to the midpoint of opposite side. Okay, so likewise I have drawn it from one vertex to the opposite side. I can draw from all the three vertices. Okay, so the point of concurrence of median is called as the centroid. Okay, it is called centroid. This was just for example. Now one more thing you have to learn before starting third one is how to draw or how to find a midpoint of any side. So let us see. I'll take side AB. This is any side AB. I want to find its midpoint. Okay, so how will I find? I'll simply place the rounder here. Okay, place the rounder here, pencil here, more than half. This is half. Don't take less than half, don't take half, take more than half. Okay, and with the pencil draw two arcs above and below. Okay, now take your rounder here on point B. Okay, and draw two arcs with the same radius. Don't change your rounder. Okay, then join this. Okay, this will be your perpendicular bisector. Okay, now as you join this point M becomes your midpoint of segment AB. So there is a way of getting the midpoint of any side. So similarly, if we can find the midpoint of one side in a triangle, we can also find the midpoint of all the remaining two sides, all the remaining, all the three sides. Okay, beg your pardon. So one thing you have to remember is this is a segment and its perpendicular bisector, okay, always makes a exact plus sign with the segment. Okay, so we'll start. We are here to find the to draw the medians. Okay, so they have asked to draw an obtuse angle triangle STV. So we'll be drawing an obtuse angle triangle STV. Okay, now when they have asked to draw an obtuse angle triangle, it simply means that only one of the angle will be obtuse, the other two has to be acute. Okay, so let us start. We want to find the midpoint of TV. So how will we find? Place the rounder on T, take the measure more than half, draw two arcs. Same on V, don't change the radius. Now join this. Okay, so this is perpendicular mark, this is identical marks. Okay, we got, let us say, L. Okay, now let us find the midpoint of ST. Okay, T, from T more than half. As you know, children, the side and its perpendicular bisector makes exactly plus sign, so it will pass somewhere through here. Okay, so I will draw the arcs accordingly. From T, the arcs will be here and here. Okay, and from S, the arcs will be here and here. This I will slightly extend. Okay, so this is your perpendicular bisector, which looks like this. Okay, this is, say, M. Okay, I am not doing with geometry box, so you can understand how you have to do. The steps are important. Okay, now we have to find the midpoint of SV. Okay, so SV, V, from V I'll take more than half. Okay, and draw two arcs here. Okay, and from S I'll draw here and here. Okay, so your segment will be passing through here. Okay, now all this three side bisectors, they will be concurrent, means they will meet at one point. Okay, so you can see this is also perpendicular bisector. Okay, I am giving perpendicular mark. Now we have not yet drawn the median, so take the midpoint and the opposite vertex. I am drawing this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is the median SL. Okay, now we'll come to M and the opposite vertex V. M is the midpoint, so join this with a pencil and a scale. Okay, so VM is your another median. Okay, and lastly this is LM, this I'll give N. Okay, so TN, this is your third median, TN. Okay, and show the centroid. The point of concurrence, the point at which the three medians meet, is called the centroid, and that is denoted generally by G. Okay, centroid is denoted by G. Okay, children, then we'll move to fourth one. Fourth one is given that draw an obtuse angle triangle LMN. So we'll draw, this is an obtuse angle triangle LMN, and draw its altitudes and denote the orthocenter by O. Okay, Now children, how to draw the altitudes? See, one step I'm showing you. You have to keep it in mind. This is a line. This is a point outside the line. Okay. From any point outside the line, we can draw altitude. Altitude means 90 degree. How? Just see. Place the rounder here. Take suitable radius. I'm not telling you half, more than half, less than half. Take suitable radius such that it cuts the line. Okay. So from here you will draw two arcs. First step clear. Then again you will place the rounder here. From here you will draw the arc. Place the rounder here. From here also you will draw an arc. Okay, you can keep the same radius. Okay. Then this will be exactly 90 degree to this line. Clear? So we are moving on to this triangle LMN. So we are at L now. Okay. So from L I have, this is MN. I have to draw perpendicular at MN. So from L you will draw an arc here and draw an arc here. Okay. Because it is an obtuse angle, so you have to extend this. Okay, clear? So from here you will draw an arc, and from here also you will draw an arc. So you can see this. This is the first altitude. Okay, let this be P, LP. Okay, M, I'll shift here. Then from M the altitude will be here. Okay, so from M you will take suitable radius and cut the arcs here. From here you will draw one arc and two arc here. Then we will join this. We'll take it further because this two altitudes should meet. Okay, so this is your altitude. This you give P, this I will give Q. Now you are at third vertex, that is N. The opposite side is LM. So you have to extend this. You can see from N you will take one arc here, another arc here. Okay, and then from here you will draw these two arcs. Okay, from here we'll just draw this. Okay, so if you join this, you will see that these three altitudes. Now NR, this is the altitude. NR is the altitude of LM. Okay, so these three altitudes, they are meeting at this point, which is called orthocenter. Okay, and it is denoted by O. Orthocenter of an obtuse angle triangle always lies outside the triangle. Minded students, orthocenter of only obtuse angle triangle lies outside the triangle. Okay, then so fifth one is similar to third one, where we have to draw a right angle triangle and draw its medians. Okay, so this is A, B, C. Okay, I beg your pardon, they have given the name X, Y, Z. Okay, so I'll give X, Y, Z. Then your first step to find the midpoint. How will you find the midpoint? This is Y, take more than half. Okay, dotted lines. Okay, for XY draw perpendicular mark, and for XY again the same. Here it will be for X, it will be somewhere here. Okay, and lastly for this segment XZ. This is a right angle triangle, so we'll put a mark here XZ. So for Z, okay, and for this X you will place it here. So you will join this. It has to pass through the same point. Okay, so you know this is the perpendicular bisector. Okay, and they are concurrent. All three lines are concurrent. However, this has helped us in getting the midpoint. YZ midpoint we got say A, XZ midpoint we got say B, and XY midpoint we got say C. A lies on YZ, so opposite vertex we will join this. Okay, let me take another marker. This is XA. Okay, so this is one of the median. Then you have ZC. C is the midpoint, so you can see. Okay, another one, and lastly is YB. So it will be like this. Okay, so you can see this point. This point is the point of concurrence of medians, which has to be denoted by G because it is called a centroid. Okay, so I'll give it G. Okay, then sixth one is draw an isosceles triangle and draw its medians and altitudes. Okay, we have to draw all the medians and all the altitudes. The first thing I'll do is take BC. Let us say this I am taking 6 centimeter. Okay, and this, because it is an isosceles triangle, so I'll take this 8 centimeter, from B 8 centimeter, and from C also 8 centimeter. So because AB and AC will be congruent, okay, this becomes an isosceles triangle. I am not writing here 6 centimeter because there will be too many lines here. We have to draw 3 altitudes, we have to draw 3 medians. Okay, so in that case what will I do? From A I will draw 2 arcs for drawing the altitude. You know the steps for drawing the altitudes. Then from B draw 1 arc, from here also 1 arc. Okay, this is perpendicular. Okay, then from B again the same steps. Okay, so okay, it will be like this. From C also 2 arcs and here. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, so you can see the point of concurrence of these 3 lines, these 3 altitudes, say AL, AM and BM and CN, is point O. Orthocenter is generally denoted by letter O. Okay, now let us find the median. Okay, so for finding the median I will take from B, I will take more than half, okay, here, and from C again here. So you will see that this line itself, AL itself, is the median. Okay, this L is the midpoint and AL itself is a median. Okay, then for finding the midpoint of AC I will take the arcs little bigger. Okay, and here and then here and here. Okay, So your arcs will be here, little bit shifted here. Okay, so let us say this is P. Okay, and then I'll draw the median immediately. Here PB is the median. It will be difficult to identify, children, but you can understand PB is the median. Okay, so now finding the midpoint of AB. So I will draw it here and here, here and here. So Q is the midpoint. This point Q is the midpoint of AB. So you have to join QC. QC is the midpoint of QC is the median of triangle ABC. Okay. Now they have asked to write the observation. To write the observation, what you are observing. Okay. So the centroid G, you can see centroid G is slightly above. Okay. So the centroid G and the orthocenter O, they lie on the line which is perpendicular bisector of base BC. Okay, they are on the same line. Okay, so you will write the observation. The centroid G and perpendicular bisector, and the, beg your pardon, orthocenter O lie on the same line AL. Okay, that is the observation. That's it. Let us move on to sum number 7. Now before we start 7th one important property of centroid and median that you should know is the centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. Okay, try to understand. This is a median. Suppose PQ is a median and here lies G. Okay, so the ratio you understand, ratio is 2:1. PG upon GQ will be 2/1. Means if you know PG is 4 centimeter, so automatically this will be half of PG. It will be 6 centimeter. Okay, so based on this property, you have to find the remaining sides. Okay, which all sides are given, I have written here. Okay, so RG is 2.5. RG is the smaller side of the median, CG is the bigger side. So you can write G is the centroid, therefore CG upon RG is equal to 2/1. Larger side is 2, smaller side is 1. Now CG you don't know, RG you know it is 2.5, 2/1. Cross multiply to get the answer. CG is equal to 2 into 2.5. 1 multiplied by CG will be the same. So CG equals to, what is 2.5 into 2? It is 5. Okay, let us move on to another one. BG is 6. BG is 6. What is BQ? So first we will find GQ. Let us say BG upon GQ is equal to 2/1. Now BG is 6, GQ don't know. This is 2/1. Therefore GQ is equal to 6 into 1/2. Cross multiplication. So GQ will be equal to 3. 2 ones are 2 threes are. Okay. GQ is 3, but we are asked to find BQ. BQ is what? It is BG plus GQ. BQ is BG plus GQ. So this will be 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9. Okay, then let us move on to the first this one. AP is 6, AG and GP. So AP is 6, so AP you know it is 2 is to 1. So I'll just write AG upon AP. Here I am not writing AG upon GP is equal to 2 upon 1. AG upon AP is equal to, this will be 2, this is 2, AP will be 3. 2 plus 1, AP will be 3. Okay, therefore AG is, we don't know, AP is 6, this is 2, this is 3. This whole will be 3. Okay, so cross multiplication, AG is equal to 2 into 6 upon 3. AG is equal to 3 1s are 3 2s are. 2 2s are is 4. AG equals to 4 we got. Okay, so how will you find GP? Very simple, subtraction. AP is equal to AG plus GP. Okay, AP is nothing but AG plus GP. We know AP, this is 6. AG we know this is 4. So GP we can find. GP will be 6 minus 4. So what is GP equal to? GP equals to 2. Okay, so with this, children, we complete our practice at 4.1. Good luck, keep practicing. Goodbye.